getting ready to fish one of the big tournaments. They've been practicing, and he goes, man, fishing's pretty tough right now. He goes, unless you're scoping, it's hard to get a bite. Guys, you know how many times I've heard that unless you're scoping, it's hard to get a bite. Unless you're live scoping, it's hard to catch a fish. Guys, let's examine this and let's break down how messed up that comment is right there. It's not an innocent comment. It's not just some type of an observation. This is a deep-rooted problem right here, because when you have dozens and dozens of tournament anglers that say the same thing over and over again. Number one, let's get into this exactly how screwed up this is. Number one, look how reliant everybody has become on the cheater box at the tour level. They realize that, obviously they can't compete without it. Obviously every tournament's getting one with it. So that is the game for the majority of tournament anglers out there. And even though they may, say or attempt to fish like real bass fishing is, they go out there, they actually real bass fish for 2 or 3 hours. They can't get a bite. Then they go out there and they hook up their umbilical cord to their cheater box, and they get out there, scope around out in the middle of a creek, and they get on a big school of fish. This right here, guys, there's so many things that should concern everybody on this. Number one is the complete reliance upon this technology and the atrophy of real bass fishing skills. Bass fishing is meant to be tough. It's like, that's the whole point of it right there. You never want bass fishing to be easy, where it's guaranteed to catch fish and you're going to go out there and put your cheater box in the lake and start ripping the fish. It's like, that is not what it's about. If you have that perception, and you have this perception that it's all about catching, you might as well put electroshocking cables in the water and just shock up the fish, because that's all you're after. You're only after the end result of the fish. The entire process of breaking down water and learning seasonal patterns and movements of the bass, and fishing to find fish, and experiencing all the nuances and the diversity that bass fishing has, is out the window, because the only thing that matters is catching that fish. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter how you do it. If that does not disturb and upset you on an extremely deep level, you need to be re-educated about what bass fishing is. Now, the second with that is the comment goes in line as far as, it's hard to get a bite unless you're, spotlighting for bass. That goes to the point about how bad and how terrible our fisheries are right now. Make no mistake about it, guys. The bass fisheries in this country, every